Hi, the SI meteorologist Paul Dorian here on Tuesday, September 9th. A cool and damp day here in the mid-Atlantic region. An ocean flow of air out of the northeast has persisted overnight and will continue throughout the day today into the nighttime hours. There is a low pressure area along the east coast. The heaviest rain and the steadiest rain associated with that low pressure area will stay well to the south and east of the big cities. In areas like the southern part of the Delmarva Peninsula, maybe extreme southern New Jersey. There certainly can be a touch of some light rain or drizzle reaching the big cities later on today into the evening hours as that persistent northeast flow of air continues. Temperatures will stay below normal today, again, partly a result of that ocean flow of air and also a result of some thick clouds in the mid-Atlantic region. Well, let's take a look at the latest surface analysis chart in the northeastern part of the country. These are represent the isobar pattern, the pressure pattern associated with, again, a strong high pressure area up to the north and east. Clockwise flow of air around that high pressure system, just pumping in low level cool and damp air into the mid-Atlantic region with low level east to northeast winds from DC to Baltimore, Philadelphia, New York City. Notice the steadiest rainfall here to the south and east of the I-95 corridor in southeastern Virginia, the southern half of the Delmarva Peninsula. Again, there certainly can be a touch of rain or drizzle extending all the way to the north and west into the big city region right here from D.C. to Philadelphia to New York City, but the heaviest, steadiest rain stays to the south and east. Well, here's a bigger picture of the surface analysis. This is for the nation as a whole. Here's that low pressure area in the eastern part of North Carolina right here hugging the coast. Again, its heaviest rainfall associated with that low will be confined to the southeastern part of Virginia, the southern part of the Delmarva Peninsula, perhaps all the way up into the extreme southern tip of New Jersey. Touch of light rain or drizzle can extend later today all the way up to the I-95 corridor. High pressure continues to sit well to the north and east, pumping in that low-level cool and damp air. Here we go out to the west, upstream, another strong cool frontal system right here. Now across the northern plains, strong Canadian, cold Canadian high pressure on its heels. This air mass crosses the state. Its biggest effect in terms of temperature departures from normal will be felt out in the middle part of the country. This cold air mass does modify by the time it reaches the East Coast on Friday. Nonetheless, it'll be cooler than normal here Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, and there can even be some shower activity over the weekend that will combine with this cool air mass to keep temperatures well below normal right through the upcoming weekend. Well, here's another look at the low pressure area along the mid-Atlantic coastline right in the eastern part of North Carolina right now. This is using the colorized infrared satellite imagery loop from the Penstead Ewald site. Notice the back edge of this area of low pressure and the high clouds here now extending to the north and west, right around the D.C., Philadelphia, New York City region here. That's the back edge. So there is some advancement to the north and west over the last few hours. And again, the heaviest rainfall should be confined to Delmarva Peninsula all the way up to the southern tip of New Jersey. But back to the big cities, there can be a touch of rain or drizzle this afternoon into the evening hours, as there is somewhat of an extension to the north and west. Here's a bigger picture of the satellite loop. This is the latest infrared satellite imagery loop from the SSEC Wisconsin website. Here are the clouds associated with that low pressure area along the mid-Atlantic coastline. The back edge of the highest clouds now extending just to about the D.C., Philly, New York City region. The heaviest rainfall confined to the Delmarva Peninsula all the way up to the southern tip of New Jersey. Here's an area of interest to monitor over the next couple of days. This time of the year, anything that's spinning here over the Bahamas with these warm sea surface temperatures this time of the year has to be monitored. Indeed, this is an area of interest that you can tell there's a little bit of a spin here already, and this, again, will have to be monitored over the next couple of days. It very well could become a tropical storm, and we'll monitor that. Out to the west, high clouds associated with that next strong cold frontal system. Cold air behind it, some snow possible, certainly frost possible across the northern plains to the northern Rockies over the next couple of days. This cold air mass, the coldest air mass of the season so far, modifies by the time it reaches the East Coast on Friday. Nonetheless, it'll be well below normal for temperatures here on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday as well. Well, let's take a look at a few computer forecast maps. This is using last night's 0Z GFS model run. We'll look at 12-hour increments beginning with this evening, Tuesday evening's forecast map, and go all the way into Thursday morning. By this evening, still a steady flow of air off the ocean into the I-95 corridor on the backside of that high pressure system. Clockwise flow around the high, just pumping in cool and damp air, and that'll persist all day today into the nighttime hours. Not much precipitation here depicted by the GFS model. Again, just a touch of rain or drizzle possible in the big city regions during the midday and afternoon hours, and even going into the evening hours. Certainly not a heavy rain event at all in the big cities region. Down across the southern part of the Delmarva Peninsula and the southern tip of New Jersey, there can be some steadier and heavier rain. Meanwhile, a cold air mass, this blue line here kind of represents the freezing line in the lower levels of the atmosphere, and this cold air mass with this Canadian high pressure system plunging into the northern plains over the next couple of days. It'll make news out in that part of the country with frost in many areas and even a touch of snow. This cold air mass modifies as it reaches the East Coast. Nonetheless, it'll be quite a bit cooler than normal here on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Well, here's the forecast map for tomorrow morning. By this time, that low pressure off the mid-Atlantic coastline is pulling away gradually. The morning is liable to turn out to be cloudy and damp along the I-95 corridor, but by afternoon there can be some sunshine, and just that sunshine alone will bring about a quick rebound in afternoon temperatures, perhaps in the upper 70s, maybe even touching the 80-degree mark again on Wednesday afternoon. Here out in the middle part of the country, strong low pressure associated with that plunging cold air mass. Again, very strong Canadian high pressure backing that strong cold frontal push here by tomorrow morning in the southwestern part of Canada. Here's the forecast map for tomorrow evening, Wednesday evening. All clear here in terms of rainfall associated with that coastal low. That's out of the picture by tomorrow evening. All attention at this time turns to the west. That strong cold frontal system by tomorrow evening cutting across the Great Lakes region with some showers and thunderstorms. High pressure, cold high pressure out here in the southwestern part of Canada, and all of that is spreading to the east by the weekend. Let's now jump ahead to Thursday morning. Thursday will turn out to be the warmest day of the week here along the I-95 corridor. Temperatures jumping to the mid to upper 80s in D.C., the low to mid 80s in New York City and Philadelphia. Cold frontal showers and thunderstorms are quite likely to reach the I-95 corridor, this region right here, during the afternoon and evening hours. Again, that cold front represents the leading edge of some chilly air. Here's that high pressure still sitting out there over the southern part of Canada. Very cold, below freezing temperatures this time by Thursday morning across much of the northern plains, northern Rockies, maybe even a touch of snow seen right here. This is some precipitation on the other side, the colder side of the freezing line here by Thursday morning out in the northern Rockies and perhaps even the northern plains. Again, this frontal system will cause some shower and thunderstorm activity in the I-95 corridor Thursday afternoon and evening. Cooler, drier air moves in on Friday. Stays quite cool this weekend, but there will be the threat for showers in the Mid-Atlantic region. That's it for now. For the SIWeather.com, I'm meteorologist